Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are gearing up for their first presidential debate tomorrow night. The two candidates are taking very different approaches in preparing for their only scheduled debate at this time. Harris has been practicing with a campaign advisor, standing in for her rival. Trump has been taking a more informal approach, brushing up with staffers on policies. Our CBS News Battleground Tracker shows an extremely tight race in three crucial states: Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. With Election Day just 57 days away, tomorrow night's debate could be pivotal. Let's bring in senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, what is Harris's strategy going into the debate?
Lindsay, good to see you. It is more formal, more typical rehearsal style preparation. She has spent the last several days at a downtown Pittsburgh hotel with aides, trying to replicate what the studio itself will look like tomorrow night in Philadelphia. We're told there's a stage, there's cameras, there's lights, there's lecterns, and there's an ability to go back and watch the tape, review the tape with her team to get a sense of not only what she's saying, but how she's saying it on camera, remembering that ultimately this becomes a pretty intimate video experience for whoever is watching this, however they're watching this. And so she is expected to fly this afternoon from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia to continue preparations from there. But it's now going on essentially 4 days in the Keystone state of Pennsylvania, arguably the most critical battleground state, using it as the backdrop for her preparations here with policy aides, longtime campaign aides, a handful of others, senior officials with the current presidential campaign, her husband, Doug Emhoff, and a handful of other family and friends.
Okay, so lights, lecterns, cameras. What is Trump doing?
Not quite that. As we understand it, it's been far less formal, more conversations or maybe quick review sessions with aides and other associates like the Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who've been kind of reminding him of what his stance is on certain issues, trying to keep him focused on policy, on the issues themselves, less on the personal, believing that if he can try to remain substantive throughout this exchange, he's got a better shot of holding his own and potentially holding the slim lead he enjoys to some extent in various surveys. If it gets personal, as it's prone to do, then all bets are off. But he has spent the last several days either at his homes in New Jersey or now in Florida, headed up to Philadelphia tomorrow for that event, and we'll see how he does. But as he says publicly, no need to formally prepare or rehearse the way Harris does, because as he likes to put it, he's been preparing for this his entire life. That may be the case, but there have been at least some more formal conversations with aides about policy, about other issues to refresh his memory and make sure he's got answers ready.
Well, and the Harris campaign themselves says this is where Trump shines. Perhaps they're trying to increase expectations for him.
Yeah.
But Ed, let's talk about this new Harris campaign ad ahead of the debate. It's expected to show some of Trump's own top administration officials saying he's not fit for office. What do we know?
That's right. This is an ad that's going to be airing in places where the former president has a tendency to watch television. Palm Beach, Florida, Philadelphia, where he'll be by tomorrow, and the Fox News channel. It is an ad that's part of the ongoing $350 million ad buy this fall by the Harris campaign, designed to target it at him and his most ardent supporters, replaying the comments of the former vice president, as you see there, Mike Pence, the former defense secretary, Mike Esper, his former national security advisor, John Bolton, and comments made generally about leaders like Trump by the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley. All of it designed to remind viewers, those that see it besides Trump perhaps, that those that have worked closest with him, some of those who've worked closest with him, fear another 4 years of Donald Trump. All of this, the expectation setting, the word that, Harris has been practicing with an aide that's dressed like Trump, this ad's all designed to get into his head, all designed to stir the pot in hopes that the Trump that shows up is an angrier one and someone who's going to get more personal, because Democrats know if that's the guy that shows up, he has a tendency to turn off those swing voters that are needed in the battleground states to win.